Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and it's finally time for some more spoilers for the day. I know, kinda late. I've been working on a project for like the last 10 hours. And just generally, it's been a hell of a day. But anyway, I'm gonna really speed through these because I gotta edit this and then sleep at some point, plus finish this damn project. So, Valorous Stance. Oh boy, thanks for leaking it in non-English. That helps. Oh, sorry, I meant to say how woke and diverse and multinational of them. Let's all pat them on the back. Anyway, it's a 2-cost instant, choose one, target creature gains indestructible till end of turn, or destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Pretty good optionality for 2, instant speed, I love it. Next up, very unusual choice here, we've got Thraben Inspector. It's a 1-drop 1/2 human soldier, and when it enters the battlefield, investigate, which means put a clue artifact token onto the battlefield with pay 2, sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. Why they made that a mechanic, I really don't know. They could have just as easily said, create a clue token. What does a clue token have anything to do with the entire rest of this set? I have no idea. Next up, we got Court of Calling, which is now sitting at a $7 card. It was about 11. It's a convocable instant, cost triple, green plus X, and search your library card for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So it's not really free casting, but it's a free tutor with a cast, so people do some very hyper-consistent things with this card. Next up, we got Blasphemous Act. It was primarily a Commander product, but it was initially in Innistrad, and now it's being reprinted, and it's still at about $6. So it's a 9-cost sorcery, but it costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield, like total, so, you know, obviously Commander card, multiplayer, hello, and it deals 13 damage to each creature. I love this card, it's so stupid. Next up, we've got Rolling Earthquake. That's right, the card from Portal 3K that was also in From the Vault Annihilation, which was the most disappointing From the Vault ever because they didn't put Damnation in it. How do you not put Damnation in it? And it was at a time when we really needed reprints of it. But anyway, the original of this card is $80 because Portal 3K was a while ago. But the From the Vault version was only sitting at 12 because, you know, it was only $34.99 for the From the Vault MSRP. And honestly, you can get it for a couple bucks more than that right now on eBay, at least last I checked. But yeah, the Double Masters one is sitting at $10, so really good include here. It's a red sorcery that costs 1 plus X, and it deals X damage to each creature without horsemanship and each player. So go build yourself that horsemanship deck, damn it. Next up, we've got one of the interesting, I don't even know what these are called. I just kind of called them ramp lands, but it comes in untapped. It can immediately tap for colorless, or you can pay one of either of the colors it represents, tap it, and then spit out 2 in any combination. So you have to have one, but then it will spit out 2. So it's like color fixing and ramp, but doesn't do either of them very well. Now that said, it's a Shadowmoor land. It was $30. It's currently sitting at 23 pre-order. Strangely enough, it was one of the original expeditions, or I guess not original because it was Oath of the Gatewatch, but whatever. And that card's only like $40-50. So obviously we've also got Sunken Ruins. That's about a $40-50 card because those colors are a little bit more, I was gonna say commonly played or in demand, I would say. But yeah, that one's pre-ordering at $30. So we have got an expensive land cycle that we have not seen reprinted basically ever. This is also an expedition, and that one's sitting at $65. And then of course there's Mystic Gate. That one is $18. Then there's Graven Cairns, which, strangely enough, was in Future Sight in that god-awful, just horrible frame. Strangely enough, this was also somehow in Iconic Masters, so even the Shadowmoor version is $7.99, oh boy. The Expedition's down to like $40-50. But yeah, the Double Masters reprint is sitting at $5. I don't know how or why this was possibly selectively reprinted twice, and the rest weren't. I have no explanation for that. So then there's Firelit Thicket, which is just back to, yeah, Shadowmoor, Expeditions, and Double Masters, $20 card. What a weird land cycle. I mean, I don't even remember like an unaccompanied, non-cycle, whatever, unbalanced land reprint in Iconic. I don't even know what was printed up against it. Like in the order, like by number. So anyway, next up we've got Trinisphere. Does that not sound like the name of some like generic corporation in some sci-fi movie that tries to like end the world or like accidentally like releases something? Speaking of that, as long as Trinisphere is untapped, each spell that would cost less than 3 mana to cast costs 3 mana to cast. The Great Equalizer. I love this card. It's so stupidly awesome. So this is actually in From the Vault Exiled. It was also a masterpiece in the Aether Revolt Invention series at $110. Hello. That's retail currently, Card Kingdom. They're a little high on those, but they don't have many in stock. So Darksteel was where we first saw this, so that one's $38. But currently this one's pre-ordering at $25, so another big power dollar mythic. I'm liking these high numbers, but you know they have to stick a bad one in, and I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, it's almost always red. We've seen the power top mythics. Get ready for the power bottom mythics. Next up, we've got Academy Runes. I bet I know which Academy that is. Who blew it up? It was either Karn or it was Teferi, or it was probably both. I'm just going to go ahead and blame Teferi because, you know, everybody hates Teferi. So anyway, you can tap it for colorless, or you can pay 1 plus a blue, tap it, and put target artifact card from your graveyard on top of your library. You can do some interesting little, you know, kind of slow loops with that. Apparently somebody has something in mind with it because it's a $18 card. It was an MM1 card and a Time Spiral card, both about $30. And this is going to be one of the box toppers / VIP thingies. So the borderless VIP one. Oh, wait. Now, which one is this? But it's so damn complicated. I think this is just the box topper non-foil one. It looks like they're setting the price around $80. So it makes me wonder what the foil one from the VIP will be. Next up, we got the Grand Emperor of Thickland. It's the thick boy himself, the Iron Giant's fat cousin, Sundering Titan. I didn't know Margaret Thatcher had a sister. Okay, people are starting to just not even get these jokes. And he is just at full run, just chonking his way through. What is that? That looks like the Sydney Opera House or whatever, but made out of liquid metal. I don't know what's going on there. That kind of looks future sci-fi. I really want to know what's up with the hexagons. Where is he? The future? Is he in that episode of SpongeBob where everything's chrome? Let's go to the flavor text. Even if we defeat it, what remains to be saved? Glissa Sunseeker. Well, I don't know where she's from and I don't know what's going on. Thanks, that helped a lot, Glissa. So, I mean, yeah, he's a 7/10 for 8, and when he enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield, choose a land of each basic land type, then destroy those lands. So, almost definitely your opponent's ones, but let me just point out, if they have a plains, a swamp, and a island, and then you have a forest and a mountain. I'm actually surprised I said that correctly the first time. I've been on a 42-hour caffeine bender. I finally shot the bulletproof vest made out of foils video, by the way, today, and in something that may or may not be related, I guess we'll find out when we see the video, I think I'm getting blood all over my chair. So anyway, you might blow up your own lands with this card, so don't play it, it's shit. In fact, it would seem people agree because it's 79 cents. Yeah. So next up, there's Treasure Mage. It's a 2/2 for 3 human wizard. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact card. Oh, God. Everybody hates artifact decks. Why did they turn the whole damn set into an artifact deck for draft? Jeez. But anyway, yeah, with converted mana cost 6 or greater, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shelf your library. So you don't get to free cast it or nothing. It's just a constrained fetch. Very little things you can honestly do with this, but, you know, whatever. It's a 25-cent card, so yeah. I mean, it's not a bad card, it's just really specific. So next up, we got Vengevine, another mythic. This was one of the Ultimate Masters box toppers, and even that version's only about $25. The Ultimate Masters printing of this is 12, and then for some reason this one's 10. That doesn't make any sense. Wasn't the paper worse for UMA? I guess we don't know. This could be another Japanese printed set. Who knows? But there was also a promotional foil of it, a WMCQ foil. I have no idea what that is. But then again, my brain and patterns, it's probably the World Magic Cup qualifier. Even that one's only $20, but yeah, I mean, it's a $10 mythic. Okay, it's probably one of the lower ones we've seen, but just a $10 card in the rare slot. Okay. So this Chonky Boy was originally in Rise of the Eldrazi, which was Chonk Central. It's what Wizards calls a battle cruiser set and what everybody else calls thickness. So it's 4/3 elemental for 4 with haste. It might be able to get a little something going. Elementals are hot right now. Got a lot of support for that lately. And when you cast a spell, if it's the second creature spell you cast this turn, you may return Vengevine from your graveyard to the battlefield. I mean, come on, that's pretty good. Next up, the #1 greatest reprint in the history of the universe, it's Meddling Mage. Easily in my top 10 favorite cards, probably in my top 5. Of all time, ever printed in any format. This is you want to win with some stupid, repeating, boring, predictable, glass cannon combo? Well, now you can't. Take your deck, and for 2 mana, you can shove it right up your ass because you ain't gonna win with it. Because I'm not gonna let you cast your winning card. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, did I just shut down your Storm deck? Oh, did I just stop your Splinter Twin? Oh, is Kitchen Fink stuck in your hand? I'm sorry. Maybe you should build a better deck. And by the way, this card is so legendary that in, I don't know, the unset with the horseshoe, whatever, they made a parody of it called Meddling Kids, and it is the greatest thing ever. So I don't know who tipped off who or what happened to the meta or what kind of insider trading bullshit this is, but if you just look at 2018, halfway through 2018, 2 years ago-ish, $30 card. Okay, this thing absolutely spiked. Basically, with the release of Ixalan, it went from like $5-6 to 30 in like no time. I guess people finally realized that the card was good. Look at the modern meta in 2018. Yes, you want to shut down stupid, repetitive, boring, predictable combos. And then it kind of went down to like $20 as of late 2019. And then you look at like 2020, just starting in the year, boom, $16 on down to like $7. I have no explanation whatsoever for how that happened. It's not very abrupt, so I'm going to say it was a meta shift, but damn, I always remember this being a $30 card, except when I first acquired it, and I was pissed because I went to go sell it, and this card, when I literally saw the price of this card, and I'm like, I haven't played that deck in a while, I think I can sell it until we get a reprint, I found out all of my modern decks have been stolen, and I still haven't figured out who did it or where. I have like a 6-month window because I didn't play modern for so long. It was like between one event I went to and another. So I'm still pretty pissed about that. I don't think any of my modern decks are above $150, but I am still absolutely livid. If I ever find out who it is, I am going to make sure I let them know very clearly what I feel about them stealing my shit. So this card could come back at any time in popularity, and it's currently pre-ordering at $2. I would strongly suggest, if you're into long-term investments, picking this up. You know, now that I think about it, wasn't there a white card that's like, it's mono white and it does almost the same thing effectively? I mean, it's not Ruined Halo, but it was something else, and I think it came out and that might have been what drove down the price. I don't know. If anybody knows what the hell happened with this, let me know. Maybe, was it like Humans blew up really big in 2018 in Modern, and then now not as many people play it, and this was one of the biggest humans in the deck? You know what, screw it. So next up, we've got Wrath of God, Classic. Destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated. Just blow up everything for 4. Hell yes, classic white. You know, I will say though, apparently it's not as classic as I thought, because almost every version of it is above $10 right now. So even this one's pre-ordering at $8. I would have put this at like $1.50, but I don't know. I must be thinking of like planar cleansing or something. I don't know. By the way, Alpha Wrath of God, a little over $2,000. Nice. So next up, we've got Crop Rotation, which I don't really get that artwork. I mean, as like a gardening expert, I kind of find it funny, but like that's not really crop rotation. That's just an ent planting things with magic. If you can grow stuff with magic, you really actually don't need to rotate your crops. The whole thing is like soil depletion. Bit of a strange inclusion here. I mean, it's being listed as box topper for like $50, but I think the price is ridiculous considering it's like $1 to $1.50 card. It is from Urza's Legacy, but it was also in the Mystery Booster. It was also in Nissa vs. Ob Nixilis, the dual deck, which was pretty popular, a lot of money in there. But also it was in Commander 2020, which like, did that even come out yet? I don't even remember. So that's unusual. Well, for 1 mana at instant speed, it takes a land from your library, unrestricted any land at all, drops it straight into the battlefield, and it does not say tapped. This card is insanely amazing. And finally, the last card is another one of the box topper, whatever, you know what it is at this point. It's a Conspiracy reprint from Conspiracy 1, believe it or not. And you might think, oh, all the money's in Conspiracy 2. No, there's some pretty good gems in Conspiracy 1 as well. In fact, this was a $14 card. This one, as it is shown right here, is about $70 they're thinking. I mean, when it's this rarity and stuff, it's a bit of a guess. Cards like this and masterpieces and stuff, they don't tend to hold their value, but some of them kind of rebound later, so, you know, even picking out a number right now is kind of pointless. But I will say, I mean, it's probably another at least $10 to $12 rare in the normal form of it, so that'll be kind of cool. I am wondering, though, the way this came out, is there a normal version of it? Because, like, there might not be. I don't know. Well, anyway, it's a 3-cost sorcery with Will of the Council. Starting with you, each player votes for a non-land permanent you don't control. Exile each permanent with the most votes or tied for the most votes. This is hilarious in multiplayer Commander. You can't really have much more fun with like the whole politics and snarky revenge than this card. You're basically like, boom, slap it into play. What's the most annoying thing in play? Start with me. That one. Go. Next. What do you vote for? What do you want gone? What is the most obnoxious, stupid freaking permanent that somebody has in play? It's time to get rid of it. Vote for this. You start like campaigning. It's basically like a political recall or something. Speaking of that, I think it's time to recall 2 very specific mayors in America right now. Just throwing that out there. Maybe some governors too. And on that happy note, that's it for the spoilers today. I'm going to hastily edit this, probably incorrectly. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next video. And hopefully the Bulletproof Vest thing is posted tomorrow. So hit subscribe, damn it!